It's not that you don't know what to do. Probably 90% of you, maybe 80%, know what you need to do. You're just not doing it. Learning how to think differently and how motivation and discipline work in your life and how to create new habits, those right there, deal with sabotaging thoughts, those right there are the reasons you're not losing weight. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Honeycast. I am talking today about a program that I have. I'm super excited because we are renaming this program. We're kind of rebranding it. It's been a baby of mine for 2 years, and right now it's called Feminine Freedom Pathway, but we're changing it to Age-Defying Fat Loss Formula. Isn't that exciting? Feminine freedom, yes, you're going to experience freedom, but I was like, how do people even know what we're doing here? Yes, we all want to be free, but we're going to be free from fat loss. And I wanted to talk about this because we've had about 50 people, I guess, maybe go through this program, and we've had lots of feedback. And there's some of you that have actually reached out to me, and you have been like, I've really thought about working with you in a more one-on-one capacity, but I just don't know that I can show up. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I just don't know if this is going to work. And so I wanted to share with you some of the testimony, honestly, from some of my ladies that have gone through. And I believe one thing is in common, you guys have in common, and that is you are stuck with your weight loss journey. You are in midlife or menopause, and you don't know what necessarily you need to do or if you can show up to do it. I think that's what I hear a lot, is that there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of voices out there with do this diet and do this diet, and I'm going to go do this. And I'm saying to anybody that wants to go do something else, go do it. But I want to tell you that I have seen so many women, up to 50 women, go through these different programs of mine and using the Trim Healthy. The main thing is this: learning how to think differently and how motivation and discipline work in your life and how to create new habits. Those right there, deal with sabotaging thoughts. Those right there are the reasons you're not losing weight. It's not that you don't know what to do. Probably 90% of you, maybe 80%, know what you need to do. You're just not doing it. And so one of the things that I like to do is I like to take somebody and I like to show you, what is your biggest obstacle here? What is it that you're thinking? What sabotaging thoughts are you having? What is keeping you from getting to your goal? And then let's go together. Let me give you a pathway. Let me give you a pathway of best eating and best exercise and best hormone support for women in midlife. You guys, it's different. When I was in my early 40s and 30s, I could do a lot of things and it didn't really matter. I could literally make the scale move with some very extreme things. These days, it will stress your midlife hormones out to the point where your body will backfire. You will start gaining weight. You will start feeling terrible. And so this age-defying fat loss formula is actually a pathway, but I also want to tell you, it is a way of changing your thinking, and it's also understanding what goes into weight loss. You guys, it's not calories in, and it's not calories out. There is a little bit of that we have to think about for sure, but there's so many other factors to weight loss. And this formula is what I have put together, of course, through lots of trial and error, lots of years of coaching, utilizing Trim Healthy in a sort of a new season of menopause, understanding what our hormones are doing and how to support insulin and cortisol, understanding better, more than ever, how exercise plays a huge part in what we can do with our midlife bodies, even when hormones are declining. And so I've put all of this together in one program where I am leading you through month by month, weekly calls and accountability and reviewing your food and helping you understand how to create motivation when you don't have it, or how to show up when you don't have motivation, and what are the things that are keeping you from being on plan. Let's figure that out. Let's create some systems for you if you need it. So I was going to share with you, this is one particular person. I'm not going to say her name. She wants to remain anonymous. But I just wanted to give you guys a few kind of case studies. So this one was one of my lovely, at the time, like it was called FFP. So we'll just say FFP ladies, Freedom Sister. And what she wanted to do was she wanted to make the Trim Healthy Eating Plan doable for her. She felt that she could no longer do that with the knowledge that she had with her age in Trim Healthy and without any accountability. That was the main thing that this particular person was needing is, how do I do Trim Healthy in midlife? And I really need accountability. One of the biggest things that she said that was holding her back was not believing that the coaching could work. And she was hesitant about investing in herself, which to me, investing in ourselves, you guys, there's one point in my life when I had to invest in myself because I was a basket case desperate woman who needed help. And honestly, at this time, I honestly did not have the money to invest in this particular coaching program. I didn't. Normally, I would always talk to my husband about decisions, but I'm telling you, this opportunity came up. It was speaking to me. I knew it was for me. I knew I needed to do something. I had been begging God, like, oh my gosh, I need to do something. I just did it anyway. I literally, and I'm not saying you guys all need to go do this, put it on your credit card, but I'm serious. I did. I paid for it, but I put it on my credit card, and it was the best $297 a month I spent for almost 6 months, if not more. It changed my life. It gave me tools to deal with the things that I had going on. And that's actually what ended up happening with this particular person is she learned the tools, and she also learned how to believe in herself and how to show up for herself. What does that mean? When you say you're going to do something, you do it. Ladies, that is a skill. So this is what she said. This was her breakthrough. So she said, what it did for me was provide a lot of accountability and information, lots of information. I will have to say, I love educating. The program is also set up that you can use what works best for you. And if what you think works best for you isn't, Chris is there to remind you to follow certain steps to make it work. She also treats her clients like she really cares for them, and I believe that she does. Thank you. Yes, I totally do. And if I do see you guys going down a path that I don't think is going to serve you, I'm going to be the coach and the accountability person to tell you in a very loving way. And I'm going to hold a hand out and help you up to your next level, meeting you where you are, which is what we all need. We all need to be met where we are. What her transformation was that she started to understand how to do Trim Healthy, and she learned how to make it easy. She was actually teaching a prep and plan class for me by the end of our time together, literally, because she had made it so easy and she had come up with this system with sticky notes that was amazing. She also was able to incorporate exercise. She had never exercised before, you guys. Do you know that is so key for our midlife season? She had never exercised. And we started out baby steps. And you know what? She is doing amazing. And she also is still doing it. And she also likes it. I love that. Here's the biggest thing. So yes, she lost weight. Yep, she's down 12 pounds. But the biggest thing, this was the biggest thing she said, she learned how to renew her mind and how it was key. I see results when I do, and I see the consequences when I don't. I really, really love what she said about that, because weight loss, you guys, yes, it is about what you're putting in your body. It's about how you're moving your body. But I'm telling you, the bulk of your weight loss journey is about how you think, what you think, how you show up for yourself, how you manage that mind. How do you manage your mind when you believe you can't do it, or you believe you're not worth it, or you believe you've never been able to lose weight, or maybe you're at a stall for a long time, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You guys, that's going to happen. It's going to happen to every single one of us in midlife. We're going to get to those stall points. What do you do while you're waiting for the fat loss to continue? Do you give up? Do you quit? These are the very important things that we learn in our weight loss journey to stay in it. The biggest piece of advice I will give you is, once you have your plan and your protocol, and I do believe there is and are specific things the woman in midlife needs to be doing for success and for fat loss and for overall health. But once you get that going, not perfectly, but consistently, it is do not quit. manage your mind in believing that that will work for you even when you're in a stall. Because guess what? When you're managing your mind and you believe this is working, when it isn't working as well, you will figure it out. You will show up and be like, oh, okay, what do we need to do? What do we need to do differently here? Or maybe we need to put on some patience. Maybe I need to have a longer view. But when you quit, or when you don't think that this is working for you and you decide you're going to go figure out a whole nother system, a whole other thing, you quit, that is the only reason why you are not getting to your goal. Everything is figure outable. And especially when you have a community, especially when you have a coach, especially when you have a roadmap, which is what I'm offering here in our Age-Defying Fat Loss Formula. It's a roadmap. And it's also a place where you can learn tools. I have a huge arsenal of tools these days. I don't even know how many I have. I love it. Do you know how I have tools? It's because I've had lots of obstacles. When we come across obstacles, we have an opportunity to learn tools, or we can quit, or we can get discouraged. So I just wanted to kind of give you a peek into this particular program, whether you're interested in it or not. I hope that if you see yourself in this, that you can take something away that is helpful. I love this thought, and this is really how I live. I have a lot of unhelpful thoughts, you guys, and if they come out of my mouth, that's even worse. I don't feel so great about that. What is a helpful thought? I'm not even saying that something might not be true. If it's true and unhelpful, what is the point of thinking it? If it's unhelpful, what are some helpful thoughts for you? These are the things that we get into, besides, of course, the things that we do need to be doing in the natural, the things that we do need to be doing to support our hormones and to support our body and support our gut and to support our brain and all the things that need to be supported. Sometimes it's hard to keep all those plates spinning, right? And that's why I love in my coaching, it is a one step at a time. I am a baby step your way there. If you are an all in and you want to do some huge type change in your life all at one time, I am not the person for you. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked for me. I was like that for years. The only thing that's been sustainable for me and even all of the hundreds of clients that I've trained and coached over these last years is that I believe in the 1% increase. I believe in 1% increase each week, each month, each year. Baby steps, meeting yourself where you are, being a little bit less focused on getting there as quick, but just getting there. I love what one of my coaches said. She said, what's the rush? What's the rush? When you're rushing, you're panicked. You're in fight or flight. You're upset when you're not where you think you should be. What's the rush? I love that. Hopefully this has ministered to you guys today. I'd love to hear some feedback on what your thoughts are. And if something that I said was talking to you, I'd love to hear back from you guys.